Hello everyone, and welcome back to Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo. I am One Sheep yet again, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be continuing on with the rest of this world of the game, heading on up to the next world, which I believe will be the Forest of Illusion. And, auto-scroll level, why? Honestly, these levels are really fun to play, I'm not gonna lie, but in order to watch them back, I'm not a big fan of auto-scroll levels, folks, you know, and even when playing them, they still are a lot more tedious, a lot more boring than the standard gotta go fast, everyday platforming challenges that I know and love, you know? But one good thing about Yoshi is, if you notice, whenever you jump on an enemy as Yoshi, you will completely decimate the enemy, wouldn't you? Look at this, it just disintegrates, it's amazing. And this doesn't only happen when you jump on them as Yoshi, like whenever you use the spin jump, which is activated by pushing the A button as opposed to B button to jump, well, enemies that you attack and jump on will pretty much be decimated by your attack. You know, you'll cut through the enemy and the enemy will be no more. They'll disintegrate, they'll implode, they'll explode, whatever pronoun you can think of to explain what they do. You know, the enemies just die. And honestly, the spin jump is one of those things that you're going to find yourself using a lot if you're using ROM hacks. More specifically, the Kaiser World ROM hacks, because the spin jump properties allow you to jump off things that have spikes on the top of their heads. For example, spiny Koopas. Well, I guess, and they're not really called spiny Koopas, but spiny enemies anyway that have spike shells. If you use a spin jump on them, you can jump off them and send yourself bouncing higher. You can do the same thing with spikes and other things along. No, Yoshi! You know, other things along the same sort of way. So, spin jump's useful, folks, you know? And whenever you use a spin jump in order to jump onto Yoshi, actually, Yoshi will take on the properties of the spin jump. In that, if you spin jump onto Yoshi, he'll actually be able to break yellow blocks and what have you, which you normally need a spin jump into in order to destroy them whenever you're in super form as Mario or Luigi. However, whenever you do the spin jump when you're in your small form, yay, of all fire flowers, yay! But whenever you do the spin jump when you're not in your super form, you know, whenever you got dirty, tiny, weakling Luigi, oh no! Basically what'll happen is nothing. You'll jump on a block and it'll act like you did a normal jump, you know, so yeah, whenever you know you're coming up to a thing that has yellow blocks so you need to break open, it'll be wise to head on back to the top secret area or something along those lines in order to play as good old Luigi. By the way, folks, this level is a pain in the ass, so I'm gonna be showing you exactly the easy way to beat the stage. Simply fly over everything, you know, you get the cape feather and you take a very long leap. And then when you're in the air, periodically press the left button in order to stay in the air, you know, that's how it works. Now, periodically, you're actually able to do well, not periodically, whenever you're flying at full health, you're able to do a dive bomb sort of attack, which will allow you to crash into the ground. Which, I don't know if it destroys every enemy on screen, but it will. Jesus Christ, 40 stars! Oh, I've earned a fortune! Anyway, as I was saying, I don't know if it'll destroy all the enemies on the screen, but it will destroy every enemy that's currently standing on the ground at least, so. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, if you want to have a screen nuke sort of attack, doing a dive bomb when you have a cape feather is quite a useful way to do it. However, obviously, you need to get some room in order to be able to do it, otherwise, well, good luck being able to dive bomb, because, like, I can't do a dive bomb back here, I can't lift off, I'm stuck in a tiny corridor, dodging all these mini spike balls. And anyway, I digress. When we get to this sequence, folks, what you're going to want to do is run. Run as fast as you can without jumping into the ceiling or jumping into these poda boosts, you know, that are also jumping under the lava. So just be as quick as you possibly can. It's very easy to reach the end on time, but if you're unlucky, you'll end up flying into the roof and it will hurt. Basically, if you have your cape feather on you, you're gonna die, basically. Well, not die, but you will end up going into the roof, and it can be quite troublesome. One interesting thing about the cape feather that I have not talked about yet is whenever you're playing as Cape Mario or Luigi. Okay, that's bull. I clearly was hitting him in the head. Basically what you can do is, when you're flying, you actually have invincibility frames. So if you get hit while you're flying, you won't get hurt. But the difference is that you will end up falling to the ground. So what you need to do whenever you're flying is, if you get hit, you start spinning and just slowly find your way to a safe platform, and Bob is your uncle. Anyway, what you need to do to fight Ludwig von Koopa by here, who is sporting a nice nifty gold and white color scheme. Basically what you need to do is wait for him to shoot fireballs, and you jump over said fireballs or jump on him. Then he's going to go into a shell form. Jump over the shell a couple of times, and after he's done spinning a couple of shells, he will do a fantastic acrobatic flip. And the Russian judge gives it an 8. Just boop him on the head 3 times, he will die. He's really, really easy boss fights. So with that, we have yet another castle destroyed! It's a shame though, it wasn't Roy's one.
Okie dokie, time to get rid of this castle. We have lift up. Okie dokie.
I just love the quiet boom. Anyway, Ludwig von Koopa's days of composing Koopa symphonies in the castle number 4 are over. The castle of illusion lies ahead. Mario? Stop saying Mario, I'm playing as Luigi. God damn it, I'm playing as the greatest of the 2 plumbers. But the game doesn't want to know that, does it? Anyway, we got a preview of a world that we're going to be dealing with sometime in the future. However, to the top secret area! I decided I want to speed this up because otherwise we'll be here for bloody ages, won't we? That's an entire 2 minutes, folks, believe it or not. But I digress. Anyway, heading over to here, we are now on to one of the hardest levels to beat in the entire game. If I'm thinking right, I could be completely wrong. But either way, basically what you're going to want to do is take all of these platforms, find the right platform to jump on, and then jump on said saw blades whenever they come running if you have a Yoshi. If you don't have a Yoshi, you're going to need a spin jump on these things, but honestly, it's not too challenging to get through if you have a Yoshi, you know. In fact, I'm probably completely mistaking this for a later level when I say it's challenging. Actually, I am completely mistaking this for a later level. Never mind, this level is actually quite easy. There's a level kind of like this later on in the game, and it's one of the hardest stages in the game, folks. So, I always think of that one before this one, but yeah, just ride on these thingies, grab a hold of the checkpoint, and if you have a Yoshi and you get by here, you can pick up these special wings. Now these special wings, what they will do is they will turn your Yoshi into a blue Yoshi, the very first colored Yoshi of the entire game. Now, as I said, there are multiple Yoshis in this game, at least I think I said that. And all of these multiple Yoshis have their own unique properties, like the yellow Yoshi does ground pounds whenever he's holding a shell in his mouth. The red Yoshi shoots fireballs when he has a shell in his mouth. And the blue Yoshi will fly infinitely when it has a shell in its mouth. So, at this point in the game, if you haven't unlocked the Star Road, this is currently the easiest, this is currently the best time to get a blue. I can't do colors, god damn it. This is the best time in the game to get a blue Yoshi, I feel, at least, anyway. Especially if you're like me and you do the special roads last, because, I don't know, I always have to do them last. Reach the end of this area, jump down, and that actually counts as us clearing the level, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not. But we're not done yet with this level, because now that we're back at this checkpoint, now that we have Yoshi, we can jump. And why have I got a green Yoshi? Huh? I must have edited out something. That's the only thing I can think of. So, normally I'd have a blue Yoshi, but I must have goofed it up. But either way, you need to betray your Yoshi.
I'm sorry, my green friend. Live long and prosper. You see, the ironic thing is, he fell into a bottomless pit.
But yeah, that Yoshi's sent to his death, and we have to do that in order to get behind the flag post. Otherwise, we'll not be able to enter this zone. Soda Link. The hardest water level in the entire game, folks, and the whole reason is these new mooks. Meet the Torpedo Teds. Essentially, Mickey Mouse has a vendetta against you, so Mickey Mouse will occasionally pop down, and look at those hands, that's clearly Mickey Mouse, and throw these Torpedo Teds at you. These Torpedo Teds? Torpedo. These Torpedo Teds are bloody awkward as hell to dodge. They will fly across the screen, and they are, unlike bullet bills, they're water-based. They're basically water bullet bills, but the difference is you cannot stop them in any way. Bullet bills you can jump on. Torpedo Teds, if you touch anywhere on them, you will die. You will get hurt. So they're a massive threat. Seriously, why is Mickey Mouse throwing any of these at us though? He's a bit of a dick. Oh, I'm gonna show that Luigi a thing or two now. Hot dog. Oh boy. Sure thing, Goofy. But I digress. This is honestly, the stage itself's not too challenging. It's just the challenging part of it is purely dodging all the Torpedo Teds. Once you can get by, it's very easy enough to get past. And huzzah! Another 25 stars to add to our grand total.
Okie dokie, time for another bonus room. Oh.
I really love doing my Luigi voice, you know? I'm not gonna lie. The only problem I have with the Luigi voice is it hurts my throat if I do it for too long. Which is a bit of a shame, but it's because I'm putting pressure at the back of my throat. That's how I'm really making the voice. And I'm sort of like closing up the back of my throat, and that voice comes out. So it does hurt a little bit, but I don't care.
Expand the door. Okie dokie. Ha.
But I digress anyway. Now that we have another entrance to the Star Road for taking that area. Well, I say taking that area for beating Soda Lake, but we're not going to go there yet. Like I said previously, the Star Road is basically what I'm going to handle as endgame content. I'm going to be doing the Star Road and then the super sexy secret world that comes after the Star Road. Star Road. There we go. I couldn't speak properly then. That was weird. So yeah, I'll do the super sexy world and whatnot just before I beat the final boss, but after everything else. You know, I'm going to be doing them as endgame content. But I digress. It's time for another run-of-the-mill platforming stage. And I love these little Monty Mole sort of goons. I don't know what they're called. I know there is an enemy type in this game called Monty Mole. And they're basically giant versions of these moles with sunglasses. But honestly, I like these guys. You know, they're annoying when they jump out of the wall like that. But yeah, I like them. We also have to deal with other new enemy types like the Sumo Brother, which basically they will just slam the ground with their foot, and what will happen is a giant lightning bolt will come from the heavens above. If that lightning bolt hits you, you're gonna die. If the fireballs that come off the lightning bolt when it hits the ground hit you, you're going to die. But I'm pretty sure our good green Yoshi friend here will be able to protect us and help us out with that. What the? Okay, I always find it really jarring when a cloud comes out of an egg, because I always expect like I always expect a power-up to come out of a Yoshi egg, but no, it's a cloud in this one, folks. And if you get all of these coins that this cloud spouts out, basically you'll be able to gain access to one or two one-ups, you know, it all really depends. And needless to say, if we didn't push the switches in the Switch Palace, these blocks wouldn't be here, so it would be a little bit more treacherous, say, if we didn't have the Switch Palace blocks. So they do help, but I don't think they're as useful, at least nearly as useful as the Switch Palace blocks we get at the beginning of the game, you know? But I digress. I have to say, I don't know why, I've always found that noise whenever you leave each of these levels really addicting. Like, every time you leave a stage and you beat a level, I always love that noise. It's always addicting to me. I don't know why. It gives me a tingly, it gives me a special feeling. Anyway, now we are officially in the Forest of Illusion. And the big thing about the Forest of Illusion is you're very prone to losing Yoshi if you're like me. But every stage in this, well, pretty much every stage in this world, bar one, has a secret exit. And you need to take the secret exits, otherwise you're going to be lost in here, folks. This forest of illusion is essentially like the lost woods of the Mario world, you know, folks? But we also introduced a brand new enemy types, the Wrigglers. Whenever you boop into the Wrigglers, you cannot kill them. What you're going to need to do is get Yoshi or throw a shell into him, otherwise, good luck. I got hurt while on Yoshi. What? I don't know how I did that. I honestly have no idea how I got hurt while I was on Yoshi. But anyway, it's time to get a power star. And basically those blocks are quite interesting in that they will rotate between power-ups. And if you're good enough, you can actually choose what power-up you want to get out of there. I usually tend to go for things like the power star because the lives you can rack up with the power star is pretty immense, you know? Anyway, this is a power-up you're going to be knowing and loving, or hating, much later on in the playthrough, folks. This is the P-Balloon. If you jump in the P-Balloon, then Mario or Luigi will become fat, and he will start floating on by.
Oh, I told them having this material was bad for the health. Did they listen to Luigi? Oh no.
But basically use the D-pad to move up, down, left, and right, and that's all she mainly wrote with that, you know. It's not... It's a power-up you're gonna need to know how to use properly, however, by the end game, and it's something I'm gonna be ranting about probably when I get to it, so... yeah. But I digress. It's time to finish off this world and go to the main exit because we went to the secret exit first. You know, I haven't got any real pattern in going to secret or normal exit in these levels. Like, whatever exits I seem easier, I always go to that one first, you know? So, sometimes I go to the normal exit first, sometimes I go to the secret, but in the end, I still show them all off, so that's the main thing. But there we go, folks, that is the end of Part 5 of Super Mario World. We have beaten the first exit of the Castle of Illusion. You know, you should just... I can't do Mysterious voice from the old Spider-Man cartoon, but that would be perfect right by here. The Castle of Illusion, Spider-Man. Well, that sounded more like Bane.
I was born in a dark, molded by it.
But I digress. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't be sheepish, people. I'll catch you all next time. Bye!